Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, by the way. 7:35 or something like that in the morning, 7:37. It's an airplane, whatever. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad all of you are here so early in the morning to hang out with little old me. So, let's go ahead and take a look and see who is here this morning, if I can find my cursor. All right, Matt Franklin is here, and he is bringing the love from the Magic Kingdom. I believe that's what he's saying. Yes, land of magic. I'm so glad you were here. Evelyn, I'm so glad I got to see you yesterday, dear. It was such a wonderful, wonderful time seeing you and everybody yesterday. It makes me so full of joy. Andy, it was so good to see you yesterday, dear. Thank you for putting that on, by the way. I have to edit all that video that I took yesterday. It's about an hour and a half of content, and I will put that out sometime this week, hopefully. And I got to send some to Cindy. I'm going to set up a cloud folder so she can send stuff to it and you can get it so you can have footage and stuff. So that'll be nice for everybody. I think I'm missing a light here. What is it with me and missing all these lights? Not turning on my own lights. There we go. All right. Is that better? Can you see me? Can you hear me? All right. Yeah, it's kind of irritating to me as well whenever I go into a chat. Yeah. Top messages is default. Yes, it is kind of irritating. But again, thank you so much yesterday. I had a great time. My soup is in the freezer, by the way. Oh, yes. Brian Doyle is in the house. Good morning, Brian. Charlie is here. Charlie, I have your umbrella and I'm holding it hostage, just in case you were wondering. You left it in the car yesterday. John Gugahan is in the house. I did not sleep in. I've been up since 6 o'clock. I just lose track of time a little bit, and I jumped in the shower real quick, and then by the time I got out, it was like 7:30 on the dot. So I was like, I'm doing all the things. Water with electrolytes. These are the electrolytes that I have in here. I have the salty, clean slate in here. Ah, yes. John is asking a fabulous question. He's wanting to know why no coffee. Well, I am fasting this week. I had my last meal Friday. I had my last cup of coffee Thursday. When I do a 7-day fast or longer, I don't drink coffee. Um, I like to try to get the most benefit out of the fast that I can. And there's residual carbohydrates in the coffee. And I'm not sure exactly sometimes like how the caffeine impacts that and all that stuff. So really I just try to keep it as clean and simple as I can. So water, electrolytes, ice. And I try to stop the coffee a day before I stop eating food. That way, I'm not doing two things in the same day and kind of like really making my life miserable. But yeah, so that hopefully that answers that question. Charlie was out walking the dog today. Let's see what we got here. Said she had a wonderful time, had a blast. It was a great little spot. Um, we just encountered a lot of traffic on the way there. We got like a half hour late, but it was still till 5 o'clock, and then we had a wonderful time. Pictures, um, and I'll pull some pictures up here in a minute because Stacy posted pictures, so I'll pull up her Facebook in a little bit. Hit the like button. That's why, that is why, that's, why, Jackie makes such a huge batch. She puts like 12 pounds of sausage in there. Oh, I need to make some because I love that stuff so much, and I know I'll have a little bit here come when my fast is over, probably a few days after my fast is over. I'll probably enjoy some of that. And then I probably won't have any again until sometime in November, unless I make some myself. So, I don't know if I can go till November. That stuff is so good. Oh, it's so good. So yummy. John says he's on his second cup and folding laundry. Folding laundry. Mm. I don't fold laundry. I mean, I take care of my own stuff, but I wash the laundry, Shander folds it. So it usually sits in baskets for a week or two, and then she folds it. But I mean, we work hard, if you believe that. Uncle Big Guy is in the house. I am so glad you're here, Arden. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Matt says he has his travel mug full of Joe. All right. So, do you have access to coffee? Like do you have you would think that like at your resorts and stuff you would have access to all like the Joffreys and all that stuff. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I need to know. Do you just sneak off and ride a boat around every once in a while? So it sucks. John says, I don't know if I'd be able to do no coffee. It's not fun. I don't recommend it, but it's part of the process for me. And it kind of gives me like a reset because my morning coffee is about 30 ounces. It's one of these cups, about 30, 32 ounces. And I put 4 shots of espresso, like so in the Nespresso pods. I do 4 Nespresso pods and I have been using let me see if I can find this real quick on the Walmart website real quick. Hold on. Cuz I want to show what I've been putting in. It's like an instant blonde. It's really good. Let's see if I can find it on here. I don't want that. I just want to go to Walmart. Not Walmart Plus. All right, so I want to bring this up here because I'm going to show you guys this. All right. So it's this Nescaf Gold Espresso. It's blonde. It's hard to see that, but it's some yummy, yummy stuff. I'll tell you that right now. I put 3 teaspoons. There's supposedly 50 servings in there, so I don't even know what a serving is. Let's see. Let's see if it tells me what a serving size is. It says a serving size is 1 teaspoon, and I put 3 teaspoons in my coffee. So 5 shots and 3 teaspoons. So yeah, I imagine that's quite a bit. So quite a bit. Last day of normal is here. I don't know if you've been here before. Let me know. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Matt wouldn't be able to go without coffee. When I fast, I do black coffee. Yeah, I can do that, but then I just kind of feel like as much coffee as I would drink, if I would drink one of these of black coffee, that's still probably a good amount of carbs. That's probably 6 total carbs, maybe even if I don't put cream in it. It's just one of those things, like I just kind of feel like I'm going to get the most bang for my buck. If I'm going to do a 7-day fast, I'm not going to drink the coffee. If I'm doing like 24 hours, then sure, I'll have a little bit of coffee. That's probably not going to hurt me. Danny is in the house. It was good to see you yesterday, sir. Chris is here. Good morning, Chris. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. John saying it's buffering on his end. I don't have any, doesn't seem I'm having any issues on my end. It usually gives me some sort of indicator here when I'm buffering. It was great to meet you all yesterday. Well, I'm so glad that I got to meet you. I love meeting new people. Let's see. Matt says most of the coffee we get at work is K cups of Joffrey's. I have bags and bags of Joffrey's coffee, like Disney World coffee, and I just have never got around to making any of it. And I've got a French press to make it in and all that stuff. I just have not done so. So I even bought like a tea kettle to warm the water, and I have not done it. There we go, Chris. Here we go, Chris and maybe Anna together. I know that they are out and about on a vacation. Thank you for taking time out on that and coming and hanging out with us. I truly appreciate you guys. Yeah, Cammy was great to meet you. Uncle Big Guy says I have coffee Monday through Friday, not on the weekends. See, I would be remiss to not have like it is difficult to not have coffee today. Now this should be the only Sunday that I don't have coffee unless I fast again. But my Sunday morning coffee with you all is one of the most important coffees of the week. I just get to enjoy it, you know. Before I was doing this, I would just kind of sit downstairs with the sun coming up and watch it get light outside and have my coffee. But now I share it with all of you wonderful people. And Chris and Anna say that they are in New Hampshire. They're in New Hampshire. Clam chowder. Evelyn, if you would please put their YouTube channel in the comments so we can have everybody follow it. Please do so. Go and follow that. I would appreciate you giving them a subscribe. JJ, 7 days without coffee, sir. How are you living? I mean, I'll be like 8 days without coffee, but yeah, that's rough. Rough. I don't like going without coffee. I'm not a fan, but I do it. I do it for the fast. Jeff Folt is in the house. It was good to see you yesterday. Charlie, the clean slate salty is good. I am an affiliate of Salty. You can get to them through my Keto Chow link if you so want to order some from me. There's a Keto Chow link. They don't have the affiliate stuff set up through Salty. So if you go to the Salty website, you won't be able to do any kind of affiliates or savings or anything like that or discount codes, I don't think. But you can order directly through Keto Chow with my link and it'll do all the things and you get the 10% off. It's good. I love it. I've been drinking it all week. Sean is in the house. Good morning, sir. And JJ says, I've been drinking my coffee with caramel salt. For me, it's a little more difficult because I'm not a fan of sweet coffee, really. So I don't know. It's just difficult for me. I'm going to go a little darker today. There we go. A little bit of a runny nose there. Let's see. Going to Texas Longhorn for dinner later for early birthday celebration. My birthday is actually Tuesday, July the 2nd. So we're a week apart. That's amazing. So my birthday was Tuesday last week. Yours is Tuesday this week. What do you know about that? And today is the last day of June. Can you believe it? It's hard to imagine that June has come and gone. And July is tomorrow. And then we've got July 4th, which I don't know if we're going to do anything. I think we may go to a celebration. That there's a town celebration where there's fireworks and a carnival and stuff. We may go to that. We'll see. I do enjoy doing those kinds of things. Getting out with the kids, not having a big mess at my house. Let's see. So happy early birthday, John. And JJ says, I don't find it real sweet, but caramel chalk zero syrup makes it sweet. Yeah, like I've tried putting like element chocolate stuff like before the salty came out. I will probably try doing some salty in my coffee here soon sometime. Um, because I've got some caramel and a couple of the flavors to try and see how I like it. But I'm just a fan of coffee. Just coffee and cream. That's what I love. So she says, my name is Cami. I have a little channel, Last Day of Normal. Let me go in and bring that up because I want to share it out to everybody. I am now subscribed. You have almost 1,500 subscribers. That's pretty amazing. Let's take a look here. And there we go. We've got your link in there. So everybody go and subscribe to Cami. And we've got, it looks like, let's see. Matt Franklin says, my July 1st starts my 1776 push up challenge for the Wounded Warrior Project. I have to finish 1,776 push ups in a month. That's more push ups than I've done in my life. Jess says it was a pleasure meeting everyone yesterday and hearing their testimonials. Yeah, I'm so excited about that to share with everybody's stories. I hope that it's able to come across on video because I just recorded with my phone. I didn't have any external microphones or anything like that. Hopefully, I have that rectified sometime in the near future. Having some better phone, like 'cause I got a better phone, but now I can't hook a microphone to it because it doesn't have a three whatever it is, a quarter-inch jack or whatever it is, eighth-inch jack or whatever. So yeah. Sean says, spent the day yesterday at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. It was a fun trip, but it was so crowded, hot, long lines, extremely hot. Still had fun though. Yeah, that's why, like, for me, like theme parks in the dead of summer is not a thing we do. We like to go in like October. It starts to cool down, and we've got theme parks within 2 hours of us, and we just, eh, it's not Disney. I don't want to go. Hungry Heath in the house. Hey yo, how are you doing? People saying that they're subbing to you, Cammy. Let us see. JJ's doing triple B and E for July. I want to do th so I feel my best when I'm eating, like, burger patties, like, I buy the frozen burger patties from Walmart or Costco. I feel my best with when I'm eating that and some eggs. That's how I feel my best. But it's just sometimes difficult for me to not have other stuff. Like, sometimes I just want veggies. So it's just one of those things, like, I just want more than that. Maybe and I can have bacon and all that stuff. I've got plenty of bacon in the freezer. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I hope the video turns out well. All the stories are amazing. I'll do my best to tweak the audio and turn up quiet ones and turn down loud ones and all that stuff. So I'll do my best. Matt says he's raised over $100 for Wounded Warrior Project. That's amazing. That's such a great cause. There was a point in time where I was not the biggest fan of Wounded Warrior because there was some mismanagement at the time. Like there was a time where they weren't managed correctly, and most of their donations were not going to the actual project. But I think that's all been rectified in the last few years. And because that's one thing that I just don't want to donate to a charity that I think is an amazing cause and then find out that like 1% is going to the actual cause and 99% is going to things that have nothing to do with what I think I'm giving the money to. So like there and then you can find lists online about which ones are the best, which ones have the biggest percentage of donations going to the actual cause. And I want to say that the last time I checked, Wounded Warrior had bumped its donation. I think at like the 60 or 70% now, where they were like ridiculously low. So that's one thing that I was always worried about with them, and so I kind of shied away. But I'm glad that they've rectified that, and you are raising money for them. That's amazing. And let's see. Charlie says, with all these in-person meetups, I feel like I'm 1 or 2 degrees removed from having met a lot of keto carnivore content creators. Yeah, there's so many that I want to meet still. Um, I mean, even at Keto Palooza, there are some people that I didn't even get a chance to. Um, there was just something that I just didn't get a chance to meet all of them. Like I got to meet, like even at KPL, I didn't even talk to Dr. Barry. Um, I did get a chance to meet Maria Emmerich and a couple others, but most of the time I was just focused on everybody else. Um, so, but there is a laundry list of people that I would love to meet, and hopefully that gets rectified over time, and hopefully I'm able to get to where I can go to more things and have more money and go to do things that I want to do and all that stuff. Um, JJ says I need to let dairy and sweeteners go. It's like I feel that too. That's in my eye. Um, but the dairy, like the only dairy I have on a most of the time is some creamer in my coffee, just heavy cream. And sometimes, depending, I'll have some sour cream with some snacks or whatever, like pork rinds or whatever, or sometimes some French onion dip. And very rarely anymore do I have cheese things, unless I'm doing some kind of fried crispy cheese or something. Um, he says, patiently waiting on my overnight brisket to hit target temp so I can apply tallow and wrap it in butcher paper. Yeah, sounds great. Charlie knows what I'm talking about. And Rick says he doesn't donate to organized charities. None of them have helped him or anyone he knows. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I know that growing up, there was a lot of charities that helped me and my family. A lot of local charities that helped my family, help my brother and my mom and I throughout the years, and hopefully I get to a spot where I can return the favor and donate back to those places because I mean, they made like Christmas is good for us and other occasions good for us and helped us get clothes for school and stuff. So growing up, there were a lot of those charities that did come in clutch for us, growing up with a single mom and all that stuff. So Matt says, "Wounded Warrior fixed that." Yeah, I'm glad about that because I mean, I think they were. It was rough for them. I don't think they were given hardly anything to actual situation. So yeah, dinner's gonna be good. 17 years on YouTube, he hasn't met any of them. Well, come to one of us. Come hang out. JJ says, "Can't wait for KPL." I know. It seems like it's gonna be like right around the corner, but it's gonna seem like so far away. About to try cottage cheese flatbread recipe before I start. I made so I made one. I made a recipe and it didn't. I don't think it turned out. I wanted to make it before I videoed it, and it just. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I blended up the cottage cheese, the eggs. I even put some gelatin in there. Um, and I put some keto chow, some of the mushroom keto chow in there, and and I think I put some floof powder in there, and then I baked it up. And I mean, it rose. It just didn't turn out like a flatbread. Like it's just not a sturdy flatbread. I don't know. He says triple B and E was not fun for him. I eat cheese almost every meal every day. Yeah, I can feel that. Rick says he's too poor and lives at the edge of the U.S. I feel that too. We need to get down there because the my mother and father-in-law live like right at the tip of Florida. They live down by the Keys, and we haven't been able to go down to visit them either. So Sean's looking forward to meeting all of us at KPL. Well, I hope you were not disappointed, my friend. I hope you were not disappointed. Uh, Sean says, looking forward to meeting you when you come back to Disney. I want to go back to Disney. I always want to go back to Disney. Let me go ahead and bring up these photos real quick so we can look at. Let me see if I can pull her stuff up here. I gotta find the photos. Here we are. All right, let me go ahead and bring these photos up so everybody can see them. Kind of washed out still. Let me see if I can make them a little bit bigger. Safe Harbor Live is what we're looking at. Here's all the wonderful people that were in this meetup with us. There's a different angle. Man, it's so washed out. I wish it wasn't so washed out. Lovely, smiley, smiley, lovely faces. And some candid photos of just people hanging around. It was a nice place. There was like a pool table upstairs, like a pool table up here, and like all we didn't go upstairs. We were just so busy talking and enjoying company. Andy, Andy threw this whole thing together. It was a lot of fun. Me. Jennifer Lucas. Charlie. Evelyn and Carl. I think that's Cammy. I can't see the name tag very well. Jackie's Jinx Journey and Charlie, and there's Jeff back there. Jeff's can't see Jeff because for some reason. There we go. It was a cool place. It was on a big lake and like just not too far into Ohio. Cindy DeManch. I was recording. Lisa and James Ortega. More of Jeff and Charlie. Carl. Barb. I'm not gonna play the audio. There's Jeff again. Stacy and Ken. There's Andy's wife. Wonderful time. She had such a compelling story. Such a wonderful story. I wasn't even aware. Like just I you'll I don't want to get too deep into it, but I want you guys to watch it. So, but her story is amazing. Me looking goofy. Danny and their niece, I think, granddaughter. There's Peter and Stacy. Yep. Pretty fun stuff. Let's see where I missed here. Let's see. KPL was an amazing event, just not in the budget for us to attend. It's just logistically difficult for you guys. And Rick says he likes Disney as a kid, but I mean, I can see that, but I also understand the logistics of having a theme park that's as popular as Disney. And if they didn't, and I know this sounds like I'm like defending the company for being greedy, but I think if they didn't utilize cost to deter, you would never really get to go. Like you would if it was too affordable, then you would like it would be packed. You would never get tickets. It would always be full, kind of thing. I don't know. That's how I kind of look at it. I don't know. Evelyn knows those people. And he says, so much fun, my feet and legs hurt. I understand that. And Matt says that it's great to put faces and names to the people you see in chats. It is very cool. He says, "My first year at KPL, I was able to get Dr. Barry to briefly join us for Friday Night Feast. That would be cool." And Charlie says, "I got to learn about everyone's journey with keto carnivore more so than many prior meetups." Yeah, I think it's kind of a cool thing because we gave everybody a chance to talk. We gave everybody a chance to tell their story. So that was really compelling. And it really opens up it really opens things up for us, as people who are attending, and we get to know people, but we don't always get to know their individual stories unless they're going to go on someone's live or something. And that doesn't always happen. So I think that's pretty awesome. I've never been to Cedar Point and I haven't been to Kings Island since I was in middle school. They're just more focused on roller coasters and to me, and it's just not something that I'm super interested in going to. Um, I don't know. There's just not as much theming going on for me. Like driving, I don't know. I'm not a big theme park person outside of like Disney. Because I think there's more rides there for everybody, and I'm not about like the 300-foot drop roller coasters. I like, you know, like Tron was kind of one of those things that I was like, but I did ride Tron, and that was an experience. It was a lot of fun. It was super duper short. Like I mean, from start to finish, from when it starts to when you're done, it's about like 59 seconds. But at least there's some cool stuff going on inside while you're, in the queues and stuff. You're packing while listening. If I could go to one, which is better, Disney World or Disneyland? I would say Disneyland is more for locals. So Disneyland is not so much a destination. I mean, not to get me wrong, it is. People still travel from all over the world. But I think if you take the time and go to Disney World, there is more there because there's 4 theme parks at Disney, and then if you wanted to, you can also go to Universal, and I know California has that as well, but I think there's just, like, like, Disney has 4 parks and 4 theme parks and 2 water parks, and I wanna say Universal is opening a 3rd park, so they have 2 plus a water park or something like that. And then there's other things in the area. And within Disney itself, there's Disney Springs, and there's a lot of hotels to explore, tons of restaurants and stuff all that stuff. So I would say if you haven't been to either, Disney World is the one to go to first, but I would plan and maybe, start, looking at something like Disney Food Blog on YouTube, DFB Guide. They have a lot of cool videos on how to navigate because it's a lot. Sherry is on their way to go fishing, so listening in. Well, thank you so much. I hope you catch a big one. Shelly is here. Good morning, Shelly. Jeff says he likes the rides at Universal. Yeah. Rick, I would rather go to the dump than Disney. I am not a fan of the dump. It smells bad and I can get tetanus. And Disney World has more fun things to do. Charlie says, I'm going to Disneyland and Universal later this year. Well, that's gonna be fun. I do want to go to Disneyland and I want to go to Disneyland Paris, Shanghai Disney, and Disney Sea, like Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea, and all these other ones that are across the world. I want to go. Um, they look like a lot of fun. Like some of like the Pirates of the Caribbean at Shanghai Disney is fantastic looking. And Rick says, if I want to travel, I would rather go visit all my friends who left Miami to live on a farm and help out with hay and their cattle. Well, that sounds like a good idea too. Um, you know, whatever sounds fun. So here's the deal, Heath. The thing with Disney is they have some roller coasters, but they're not the super extreme roller coasters. Like when I rode Tron, it was real smooth. And the thing about Tron is if you're a big person like me, they have seats in the back of the cars. Like otherwise you're like laying down and you're riding like a motorcycle. But you can sit up in the back and you just let them know, hey, I want to ride sitting up, and then they'll just they'll when a car comes through that has that, they'll put you in it. And that was real smooth. I mean, it's a launch coaster, but it was real smooth. And then like it wasn't nothing too jarring. I didn't think Slinky Dog was too jarring. Mine Train wasn't too jarring. Something like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad it's a little fast, tiny coaster. It's fast and it's kind of jarring, but you're not doing huge drops. It's just it's almost like a souped up muscle like kid coaster, but it's fast. But it's not like so fast that it's like and shaking your body apart. I think the Disney rides are a lot more are suited for the. Okay. Can you see me? Let me ask in the group here. Okay. Because I've had this happen before and then I didn't come back. So I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. All right. Wonderful. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, there's only one inversion ride at Disney World that's Rock and Roller Coaster. I would probably not ride like Tower of Terror or something like that. That's a jarring, droppy ride where it drops you and then brings you up and then drops you again. I didn't ride that ride. That doesn't sound like fun to me. But there's not a lot of rides at Disney that I'm not trying to that I would avoid. Depending on how you feel about drops. But I mean, there's a lot of just fun, cool rides. A lot of rides you can just kind of get on and just chill, like Pirates of the Caribbean. It has like a 10-foot drop, I think, or something like that. Not a very big drop. I was surprised that Frozen had more drops than Pirates of the Caribbean. But again, that was the old it was basically a rethemed um Norwegian Viking ride. Brenda says started tracking today, much needed, I think. That's one reason I like to be simplistic with what I do is if I'm eating just burger and eggs and bacon, I don't feel like I need to track. I feel like I'm just not going to eat enough or, really push myself as much as if I'm eating a whole host of other things. Like if I'm eating, like the low carb tortillas, this, that, and the other, then I probably should be more mindful of what I'm putting in my face hole. That's just for me being lazy. Pure cocoa butter for cooking. I've wanted to buy like cocoa butter or like get like what like white chocolate or what would be like the cacao. the basically just the chocolate fat or whatever. I just have never done so. How does I wouldn't know, like, what's the smoke point on that? Probably pretty low, I would imagine. Never tracked, eat till full, don't eat when I'm not hungry. That I mean, yeah, that's just one of the things, like, for me, though, I have, like, food addiction issues, and not eating sometimes is difficult. Like, even fasting, I think about food, I'm like, "Oh, I just wanna eat." It's not because I'm really necessarily hungry, but, I wanna eat. He says, "I'm an oddball, I have not tracked anything in over 5 years." Well, I mean, I don't track really, I just keep an idea of what I'm eating. So, I'm probably eating more, but, you know Brenda's saying she's been having keto chow ice cream every day. I mean, realistically, if you're using butter, there's like what one, I would say one total carb for the entire pint. If you're using butter, I mean, that's kind of not a big deal. I mean, I guess depending on what else you're eating. Cocoa butter has a smoke point of 450. Wow. Thinking tracking is mental health for me. Always feel better when I'm trying. Let's see, I have I have carb crawl. Yeah, carb creep. Yeah, I'm sure that gets me too. Let us know how that goes with the cooking and with the cocoa butter. I'm curious to know because I've never even thought of it. I guess because it's not easy to come by, like food grade cocoa butter. Like the only time I ever see cocoa butter is lotion form. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, keep me posted and let me know. Um, he says, I'm not saying not to, Heath is telling Brenda that I'm not saying don't track, just mouthing off. You know how I am. Yeah, I just think, like, for me, like, when I first started, My Fitness Pal was the thing. Like, you had to put everything in My Fitness Pal. You got to track and track. And I think if I would have tried doing that, I would have failed a long time ago. Because I think for me, the idea of tracking was just so tedious, I would have given up. So finding a way for myself to eat intuitively without tracking was something that was so very valuable to me as a person. So that's what I mean, in the early days, I talk about having like one of these of coffee with 165 grams of fat in it. It's like 1,100 calories of butter and coconut oil mixed with coffee, and I drank that every day for almost 2 years. Some days I had two of those. If I was going out for the night and I wanted to make sure I was truly staying on track, I would just make another one and take it with me and drink it the whole night. That way I wasn't tempted by whatever food they may have had. I took that to a wedding. We started, like about a month or 2 into starting, I took my coffee to a wedding, and there was it was like a Halloween wedding, and there was, like, Halloween candy and cookies and treats and everything galore, and I was like, "I've got this." So, it was just one of those things. John Gugahan says, I'm heading out to church. Enjoyed the parts of the live that I could see through all of the buffering. Guess I'll have to call Verizon and have a great day. Well, I am so sorry for that, John. Go back and check out the replay and see if there's anything you missed, anything of any importance, which I doubt I said anything of that importance, but there's always the replay. Sean says, I only track when I'm doing N equals 1 experiment to see how things affect me. I can see that. I can tell you that I do enjoy having coffee better than the salty water on a Sunday morning, though. Not that the salty water is bad necessarily, but I enjoy coffee in the morning a lot better than, I mean, the salty water tastes fine, but it's not coffee. if that makes any sense. But I know fasting, if I keep my electrolytes up to a good high level, I feel good. I don't get like because my electrolytes get too low and I get like I'll get nauseous. And if I keep my electrolytes high, then I float right through, and it's not a problem. So yeah. Oh, so what's all going on with everybody? How is everybody? I got people going on vacation. Andy and her wife are going on vacation. It sounds like Carl and Evelyn are packing to go somewhere. Rick says he's the only oddball not tempted by duck food. So, I mean, that's great for you, and I mean that's amazing that you're not tempted. But I think like, I mean, a lot of us were raised in a way where food was comfort, food was love. I mean, even still, food is a way to show love. We get together and we have food. We get to meetups and we have food, and that's just one of those things that it transcends. It just so happens that our generation was one of the early generations that was given terrible food for that, you know? So, I mean, I do have food addiction issues, and I deal with them the best I can, so oh, you guys are heading home. I'm sure your daughters will be thrilled to be going home. Because they disappeared yesterday, and I guess that I hope they weren't just sitting in the car. I hope they had somewhere else to go. Sean says head down to Georgia. He's got a soul to steal. I mean, he's heading down to Georgia to visit his dad and sister on Monday. Well, that'll be fun. I like Georgia. I got a chance to see Atlanta, a little bit of Atlanta a couple years ago. We went down there. Typically, we just drive through, and I mean, you just kind of see it going 90 because you don't really have much of a choice going through Atlanta. It's either get and run off the road or go 90. And we had a chance to. We stayed at a hotel, and I got to walk around a little bit and go and have. I went to a breakfast spot by myself, and um, I got a chance to drive around and look at that Olympic park or whatever. It was pretty neat. I like Atlanta and like kind of driving through like how many trees there were. It was really nice. I mean, we've got a lot of trees, but Atlanta was just gorgeous. Rick says a friend shot and brought him an iguana 2 days ago. Now that's love. How much meat do you get from an iguana? And is it like is it like and what is it akin to? Is it more fishy and flaky, like a fish and flaky, or is it more like chicken? Or is it something completely different? They don't have keto stories and they were done peopling. I understand that. I even get done peopling, even at like KPL. I had to disappear for a little while sometimes and just kind of get done peopling or go sit by myself a little bit. I understand. I understand the peopling very well. Ooh, I could use another nap. This not having caffeine is really makes me struggle. I really struggle without the caffeine. The caffeine is really yeah. Uh, let's see. He says that iguana varies between fish and chicken depending on where it lives. Hmm. I'd like to have like real alligator because a lot of times when you're down in the south, there's like you can get alligator, but it's mixed with something else, and it's like alligator jerky, but it's mixed with beef or whatever. There's not like, or you get alligator nuggets and they're breaded or whatever. There's not like, I don't know. Are there alligator steaks? Can you get like a steak, is there like a filet mignon of alligator? Is there like the best cut of alligator, or is that just like the tail? I don't know. Like snake or shark or whatever. Yeah, Brenda's curious if iguana tastes like alligator because I'm not even really sure what alligator tastes like. Like I said, typically it's like breaded and there's like it just tastes like meat. I don't know. Don't get Rick says he doesn't get the whole caffeine thing. Give it 7:30 and plenty of energy without caffeine. Well, I am, and I've told this story before. So I was a smoker for most of my youth. So like 18, 16 to 18 through my 30s until I was 30. I quit smoking in 2010. So I'm coming up on like I was getting ready to turn 31 when I quit smoking, and then I picked up coffee to help with having something to do as far as the smoke breaks type thing. So I picked up coffee, and then that stuck with me. So I haven't smoked a cigarette in 14 years, but I picked up a coffee addiction. So I mean, there's that. Let's see. Gator tail is where most of the meat is on the legs. Okay. How bad are they caffeine withdrawals for you? You got to go out for a while. I get really bad. Yeah, I mean that's why I start like a day in advance. So I had my coffee on Thursday, and then I ate my last meal on Friday, and I had to take ibuprofen on Friday. I take a little ibuprofen Friday night as well, just because the caffeine withdrawal is kind of rough for me. Yeah, boiled with nothing on it, no salt or anything. Yeah, I'm the same way. I get really bad headaches. Yeah, that's just one of those things. Yeah, I figured. I mean, even though it was weird because when I quit smoking at the time, how much cigarettes were and how much I smoked, it was actually cheaper for me to smoke than it was to buy the coffee that I was buying. I was spending just a little bit more each day on coffee than I was on cigarettes, but I was getting healthier. So, Scott is in the house. Good morning from Utah, he says. Wonderful, Utah. That'd be fun. I want to go to Utah so bad. I just want to go to Montana, Utah. I just anywhere where there's a lot of mountains. I want to see. I just love just staring at the mountains, driving by. Like it's difficult when we go on vacation and we go somewhere where there's a lot of mountains. Shander drives because I'll be like, it'd be bad. And Rick says sometimes adds salts to the water. Is it good fried? Can you fry iguana? I don't know. So like like fried in some tallow or some lard or some butter. Sound like that'd be really good. That buttery flavor. I had to check that out one of these days. Well, it's been an hour. Typically, I've been going 2 hours, but I'm a little under caffeinated, so I think we're going to call it a day today. Um, I want to thank all of you for being here with me. I want to thank everybody that I got a chance to hang out with yesterday. Thank you all for being members, supporting me, whether it's by hitting the like button, subscribing, watching, hanging out with me, or clicking my affiliate links, all those things that really does go a long way to helping me out. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope if you're traveling today, you're safe. If you're at home, you're having a good time, enjoy time with your family. Have a happy Sunday. I love you all. And we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.